Assalamualaikum everyone. Wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and wonderful night. I am Anahil Forest Valley, and I am delighted to welcome you all to this special interview session. Today we have the honor of hosting a distinct guest, Lich Gatkoi, who is here to share their remarkable life journey with us. Hi, I am from Karachi, Pakistan. And I am excited to introduce Lich Gatkoi, a true advocate of the power for the power of sports and a catalyst of positive change in communities. Let's expectational work at Refugee Basketball as showcase the potential of sports in programming social inclusion, fostering community development, and empowering young individuals. Now, without further ado, let's dive into Let's Inspiring Life Journey. We will start the interview. Explore experiences, accomplishment, and the impact they have made through their work. So let's get started and learn from Let's Get Guys' incredible story. So, welcome, Get Guy. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. First of all, please introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Lich Gatkoi. I'm the CEO and the founder of the Global Refugee Basketballs and an organization that uses basketballs as a tool to inspire and empower refugee and the host community. So I'm now speaking from Kakuma refugee camp in Africa, Kenya. That's where I'm from right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your impressive introduction. So, my first question is that can you tell us more about your role and responsibilities at Global Refugee Basketball? Have you used sports to promote social inclusion and community development?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Global Refugee Basketball is an organization that was founded in a year 2020. Uh, so what we do, we had a trip in the refugee camp whereby we train a youth in Kakuma refugee camp, whereby we have Kakuma 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also Kalbie and our community. So our training program is designed for all youth, for both boys and girls, whereby we train boys, so under 14s, that is training for to nurture their talents because they're still young. And then we are the training for those that are below 17, from 14 to 17 age. And that's training for, we do a mentorship session to those people because they can differentiate between the negative and the positive. So we do a mentorship session training for those people and life skill. And then again, we train youth with age of 18 and above, and then we do a leadership skill training to them because they can differentiate between the positive and negative also, and also they are the one that are going to come and train these kids. So they need to have a leadership skill so that whenever they come up to train this kid again, they can be able to train kids in a good manner. Thank you.
That's awesome. So my next question is that what inspired you to become an advocate for the power of sports in bringing about positive change? Can you share any specific examples or story that highlight the impact of your work?
Thank you. What inspired me to be an advocate for the sport is that I've been seeing sports as important tools, as a tool that can also change life. And so I advocate for sport because it's an option. I'm trying to give kids more option on how to survive because in sport we're not all teaching sport, but in sport we teach life lesson. And I see that if we teach life lesson in the school, we teach kids how to be good in the school, and also when they come to sport, we also teach how to they can be good in life. So what we do is we teach them life lessons so that what they draw from that training is that they took those training skill and applied them to succeed in life. So I see sport as another opportunity for anybody to become successfully because I've been seeing the refugee who has been successfully in life and through sports. Especially we have one example like Wanyan Gabriel's, one of the NBA player playing for Los Angeles Lakers, and he was a refugee like us. So and that one inspired me to advocate for the sport, so that what if we involve more refugee in sports so that they can become successfully in life.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. So let's move on to next question. How do you approach uniting people from different backgrounds through sports? What strategies or initiatives have you implemented to foster inclusivity and diversity within your programs?
Yeah, so okay, our program is designed for everybody. So in Kakuma refugee camp, we have a different nationality, whereby we have around 17 different, I mean, 10 different nationality in Kakuma refugee camp. And what we do is we bring those people together. We go to community and talks to their parents, whereby they allow us to give our kids, to give their kids to us, so that we can do trainings, program, basket training program, like especially we do all the sports here. And then from there, we train all the kids from different backgrounds, from different nationality, and we use a national language, which is English, and Kisel, that whereby they can understand, like everyone can understood what we are saying. So and these people also they are very talented people. So in terms of the sport and everything, so they have quick understanding, if I can say so, because whatever we are learning, so they easily catch up with it, and we can also train 5 to 10 move a day in basketball, and they can be able to catch up without any mistake. So they are talented in terms of the sport and in terms of anything, so also in education, and they are doing well.
Okay, great. My next question is that as an experienced ICT teacher, what are some innovative teaching methods or tools you have used to engage your students and enhance their learning experience in the field of technology and business?
Thank you, thank you. So I didn't mention about my passion and what I'm doing. Also, I'm an ICT facilitator. I'm teaching a computer basics and diploma, and whereby it's, in field of technology. What inspired me is that if we use technology, we can be able to do work faster than the way we do things before. And when we have technology, also we limit the problem that we have. So technology help us to limit the problem that we have in the community, also outside. And so what I used to talk to my students is that so they should keep the self update, because the world that we're going right now is a world whereby everyone will be self reliant. So you will depend on yourselves, and you need to be up to the date, because the world that is coming up right now is a world of technology, whereby everything will be through a computer. So you need to learn computer and take it as like learn computer the way you learn English is something that you should just know like that, because it's something that require for you to succeed in life, and everything that you do you need to involve computer. And I'm so glad that I'm teaching computer, because that was my first passionate. So I was so passionate about computer, and I like computing, and that's why it led me to join ALX, whereby for now I'm doing software engineer in ALX Africa. It's an online program, and I'm hoping to finish next year. Thank you.
Your answer provides a fascinating perspective. Okay, now I have more questions for you. Could you elaborate on how you combine your business acumen with technical skills to deliver innovative solutions? Can you provide an example of a project or problem where you successfully applied this approach?
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I would like to mention about the blog that we are working on right now. It's called Kakuma a blog, so you can search it anywhere. It's working website whereby we allow refugee to post the article, the story is for the refugee living in Kakuma refugee camp, and they can be able to tell us the story through that web page. It's a web page like a Facebook whereby you can have an account, and then you can also interact with anybody. So you can post your article, your story about Kakuma, If anyone want and need any story about Kakuma, you can also visit Kakuma blog, whereby you can get more story about the refugee living in Kakuma refugee camp. Sorry, there was network problem. So we work on it with one of my three friends, and we launched it last month. It's now working. You can just search and find it everywhere. It's called Kakuma Blogging.
Thank you so much for sharing your great answer. So now let's move on to next question. How do you stay updated with the latest trends and advancement in software engineering? How do you ensure that your students have access to the latest tools and techniques in the field?
Yeah, in the field, thank you. So in the field, we have access to the internet because that's the first thing we work on when we start this program. So we start on installing the internet, whereby the student do research online. And also before I go to class, so I do a little research online about the updates concerning the technology. So any news, any invented thing. So I before I go to before I go to class or before I go to teach them, so I have to do a little research about the topics and give them the latest tools that are using right now. In especially by the time when we had some AI, so artificial intelligence, so the Chat GPT. So they were glad also to know about ChatGPT. So we also asked a discussion about that lesson and how it is important and to them and to everybody around the globe. And so they are so glad that in every they are updating technology because they have the internet connection. So anytime they feel like they want to access something, they can come and access in the classroom. Is available.
All right, that's awesome. So, what are your strategies for inspiring and motivating your students to pursue their own passions in technology and businesses? How do you create a supportive and encouraging learning environment?
Yeah, so for my students, and also something to do with how to combine the business and the technology. So if I combine those two because they are working together. If we talk about the business and the technology, they are the two things that work together because we need technology to advertise and also to promote our businesses. So if I had a business, so what I normally told them is that so if you have a business, what you need to do is use the technology to advertise your business. So if you have a business, you can create a simple website because we're also teaching web develop. They can create a simple website whereby they can be able to advertise their goods online and reach more customer and also start trading online. So that's how I combine the businesses and the technology so that the kids can know how to advertise their goods and also they know how to work online instead of working offline.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. So, I have one more questions. More question. Can you describe a challenging situation you encountered in your work and how you effectively resolved it? What did you learn from that experience?
The in my work, so in field of as again, is it in field of the computer or in field of sport? Because so I'm doing two separate things. I'm doing sports and I'm doing I'm working with an ICT teaching staff. So whereby they are different two things. So in which fields you be more specific, please? Which field are you asking?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Can hear you clearly.
Okay. How do you balance your
Yeah,
responsibilities?
hello.
Okay, okay. I said you. My question is that how do you balance your responsibilities as an advocate, ICT teacher, and software engineer? How do you manage your time and prioritize tasks effectively?
Okay, so how I manage the two. So Well, how I do dealing with the technology is because I do teaching during the daytime and from the morning to the evenings. That's where I taught my kids about computer. So and then so I go for to train kids. That is for Global Refugee Basketball. That's where I normally go for training programs. So that's a daily that is my daily routine, whereby in the morning I wake up in the morning and prepare for my class, whereby I'm going to teach computer. And then from there, when I finish, so I just come home and I just come home, take a break, and then go back to field, whereby I'm training kids in courts. And then from there, I end my day. That's how I balance the two activities that I'm doing in the refugee camp.
Okay, great. What are your future goals and aspiration in the field of sports, advocacy, technology, and education? How do you plan to make a further impact in these areas?
Thank you. So my goal is to support young athletics in the refugee camp and in the host community
Oh,
through capability building activities to achieve knowledge, skills, and in sports that will make them aims to have improved acceptable living standards and gain human dignity and health initiative.
your goal is so awesome. So, what is your
Thank
favorite
you.
book and
Thank you. My goal
why?
is to get more football. That's what I'm Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Come up.
Okay, my question is that what is your favorite book and why? How has it influenced your thinking or perspectives?
Oh, thank you again. So, you asking about the book that I read? If I read any
Yes.
book, right?
Yes.
Thank you. So I read many books, but there's one amazing book that I read two. One is Rich Dad and Poor Dads, and another one is Millionaire First Lands by DiMarco. So what inspired me in those two books is like they all talk about the business, and in Rich Dad and Poor Dads, you can tell that when you're in business, you can easily become successful instead of just keep working without getting business involved in your things. And also, the Billionaire First Lands also talk about businesses because I'm passionate of business because I know when you start a business, so in 3 to 2 years you can have a change in your life, and that's why I encourage all people around the global to put business in everything that they are doing because that's the way forward, and that's the only thing that can make you hands from your side.
Okay, great. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? What would you hope to experience or learn from that destinations?
Yes, come on, come back, please. Yeah, and get it clearly.
Okay, okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? What would you hope to experience or learn from that destination?
Thank you. If I was supposed to go anywhere around the world, I can go to USA because I'll go to experience more about the historical about the basketball and how they came up with the basketball from the beginning, and from there I'll get that experience and also come in and give it to the refugee living refugee camp, and also that they can get inspire and play a sport whereby they know when and where was this one invented. So I will definitely go to USA to get more information about the basketballs, the historicals about the basketballs, and use that knowledge and skill that I will gain from there, and come back and give it back to the refugee living in Kakuma refugee camp, so that they can have more information about the sport because it's hard for them to get more information about the sport. because here life is hard for them. But through sports, so they can get chances because what we are doing, what we are doing, we are training kids whereby so we they can also get educational scholarship through basketball, whereby the school can come and look for any player that they like, and then pick the player and do the connection to get the kids from Africa to outside so that they can get a scholarship. So our job here is to work with the kids and train them, make them professional players so that they can get scholarship and they can succeed in life.
Okay, great. So, my question is that next is, can you share a memorable moment from your childhood or a significant event that has shaped who you are today?
Yeah, my childhood memory is so amazing because I grew up in an area whereby we have no access to the internet. So what I could access was the wires to connect light bulb, and also I was involved in the sport when I was young. By the time I came to refugee camp, I was also involved in the sports by one of my friends, and then so I was so inspired to see kids from different nationality coming together and play together, and that's what inspired me to also get involved in the sports. And I say and I say to myself, if they can come together from different nationality and play peacefully, which means sport can also bring people together and create unity. So it can bring a unity amongst refugee from a different nationality. So that's what inspired me to be a advocate for sports, whereby it also it is also a tool to bring people together for peace and unity and love. Because I see refugee playing peacefully, and they can laugh, and they can enjoy the game. And that's what made me feel so happy that people can come together and play happily. They can laugh, they can make fun, and that's how we create a world whereby everyone is happy. So we in the refugee camp, so we are trying to work so that we can create a world whereby everyone is happy, because they've been having stress with their country in war, having stress with lack of opportunity, and they also lacks more of they also lack access to some stuff, not also better access to, and that one also motivated me to say, let me work on advocate for sport so that these people can be happy, because we need world whereby everyone is happy, everyone is doing the thing that he or he like, instead of forcing person to do one thing, and also trying to give them another opportunity or a chance whereby they can see and say, if I can succeed in the sport, also I can change life, because through sport you can play for a club that can pay you so that you can support your family, and also you can also work hard in education and get educational a scholarship through sports, and also you can support your family, you can support everybody. So we are trying to give this kid more option to succeed in life, instead of limit the option on how they can succeed in life.
Great answer. Thank you so much for amazing answer. So okay,
Thank
now
you.
let's move on to next question. Looking ahead, if you could have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be, and what would you ask or discuss with them?
Thank you, thank you. I would like to have a discussion with MJ, Michael Jordan, who is an NBA retired player. And what I could ask from him is, how did he manage to came to be the best basketball player, and how did he manage with the kids? And I can also have a discussion with the Phil Handy, assistant coach for Los Angeles Lakers, which is doing amazing, great to promote young athletes. They always dealing with kids from a younger age, so that they trying to bring them those kids up together. I would ask experience how he been dealing with kids, and what inspired him to deal with kids, and how he became to be the assistant coach for Los Angeles Lakers. Because I've been following his story from the beginning. He was really working hard to be where he is right now.
Thank you so much for your thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. So, as we come to the end of this enlightening conversation with Lich Gatkoi, we are Truly grateful for the insight they have shared with us. Liz' dedication to using sports as a means of fostering positive change and their commitment to empowering individuals from diverse backgrounds is truly commendable. Through their work at Global Refugee Basketball, Lich has shown us that sports have the power to unite, inspire, and transform life. Their expertise as an ICT teacher and software engineer for the highlights their versatility and ability to make a lasting impact in the fields of technology and businesses. So, I would like to express your deepest appreciation to Lich Gatkoi for taking the time to share their journey and experiences with us today. Their unwavering patience and determination serve as an inspiration to all of us. Lastly, I would like to thank our audience for joining us in this insightful conversation. We hope that Lizzie's story has a left of lasting impression and encourage us all harms the power of sports and education and positive change. So, my guest is free now. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can
Thank you.
I
Thank you
end
for
this?
thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here. It's my pleasure.
It's my
So
pleasure.
it's good to get more experience and about what we are doing in the refugee camp. And we are asking the global to turn up and also support the global refugee basketball so that we can get more kids involved and create opportunity for the refugees so that they can become successfully. We need to value these people. They are talented. They are these people are what world look like. So they are us, they are our brothers, our sister. We need to turn up and help these people. So through your support, we will be able to reach more kids and train more refugee in Kakuma and also in Dadaab, in every camp around around the globe, so that we can get them involved in sports and use the sport as a tool to change their life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Bye.